I love it. Right here, hard drive, go in, get somebody, and knock him in there.
Warrior, he's all set now. Bibby digs in on the double. Shot clock down. Nelson right to the hole.
Every type of mistake that Orlando makes, they've got to get the ball out and attack them before they get back and set.
Lewis knocks it down from the short corner. Nelson, that extra burst of speed, finds Lewis in the corner. The three. 13 left here in this opening quarter. Jamal Crawford checking in as the two-pointer is good. Dwight Howard. Power move with the hook. Interestingly enough, on the road, he's averaging better than 25 points in the playoffs. At home, under 18, as Lewis takes it right to the hole.
You're not really that. You're pretty happy with how your team has played also.
Oh, Dwight Howard with the throwdown.
Here you go. Big Dwight goes in. Power dribble the middle and goes up and just absolutely yanks it. Marvin Williams goes hard to the hole. Nothing happening there. It was a deep.
Howard leading the way with 10 points for the Hawks. J.J. Redick on the move on the inside.
Great.
Williams looks on the inside. Howard, the double comes. Petrus, extra pass. J.J. Redick, the three. Bang on. And Kevin, here it is.
Here's where it starts. Double team on Howard. Out, no hesitation. Petrus to J.J. Redick, who just made a drive.
Top scorer for Atlanta with 10. Horford guarding. Dwight Howard with the slam.
And he got the big fella. Horford doesn't want to get a foul, but the big fella said, I'm taking it home. Nice move here, using his quickness, using his strength, and you can.
Williams delivers it in the post. Here's Howard on a kick out. Redick, the extra pass. Petrus to three. There it is again. 11-0 run. Josh Smith makes a move on Ryan Anderson. Taken away by Howard. Smith wants a call. Williams looks ahead. Petrus with the slam. Timeout Atlanta.
Here it is. What you have now is ball movement over to Petrus. He knocks the three down. J.J. Redick returning the favor. A run out by Air France. Not grounded today.
First half. Redick on a pull-up three in transition. No. Tapped up by Anderson. Howard on the offensive glass. A missed dunk at the other end. Skip pass. Anderson underneath with a layup. Floor. Lewis and Petrus. Carter turns the corner, gives it to Nelson. Down low on the block, Lewis finds an open to Petrus. Up fake, on the move. Howard with a slam dunk. Picking up his third.
Nice little drop pass by Petrus. Look at this. He goes up hard, and he gets him on the elbow a little bit.
Nelson gets it back to three. Rattles it in. Smacks it out, and Carter. Second chance opportunity, and a nice cut by Nelson, and a find by Lewis. And they didn't get it and go that time. Here's Nelson. He's going right to the hole. Nelson looks for Howard, and Howard, the two-handed slam. Played in a week. They are crisp.
Oh, great pass, and you hear the power that Dwight brings it home with. But a nice play by Dwight. What he did there, he didn't run on top to play. He let Nelson get a ball movement that you saw Dwight Howard come over. It's called plugging the paint. Here we go again. That little alley-oop pass to Dwight, and again, and one offensively and defensively. Again, just that nice little lob pass to Dwight. Dwight gets it. And there's nothing you can do when he gets right there. You're better off just grabbing him and holding him. This is
no. Carter launches the three. Opening quarter.
And Dwight made him throw that up high, but he made the giant killer over Dwight.
Josh Smith is a bit further away from the bucket with that last left hand. This one was good. Carter with the left.
Rhythm right now. You see Dwight. Nice left hand. Take that, McHale. and then he gets the ball. And this one I like when he faces up and goes. He sees the court. What a beautiful drop off to Vince Carter. Vince Carter comes in for the left-handed hammer.
Timeout. 67-40. 1 of 8. Nelson using the body. Foul on Matt Barnes.
Right here. Sizes up Josh. Knows he's got 4 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up the fifth. Steps him off, bodies him in.
To the Atlanta Hawks over the last 3 seasons during the playoffs. Here's Nelson, the corner three.
Got no ball movement right now. Atlanta is really in a funk. They've got to get themselves out. Jameer is feeling it again. Boy, he's in a nice
74-44. Carter behind the back. Operating at the elbow. Now fading. Vince Carter. Atlanta Hawks, 13 of 45. 29% from the field. Carter in the act. Joe DeRosa and Tom Washington.
hard drive by Carter, that little fadeaway, and counted for two, and he gets a chance for the free throw for a three-point piece, and doing what you're doing, and, you know, just making them miss, try to get some run-outs.
Oh, Lewis all over the rim. Here in the third, attacking the rim, coming off of that turnover. Carter got the feel. 13 turnovers for Atlanta. Gortat gets it back. 22 points off of the turnovers. Detroit, the year that they won it, losing in triple overtime, and how they kind of rallied and don't hang your heads. Gortat out on the run.
Fighting out there. You can't give up, and
sharing the basketball.
We talked about it all night long, just the ball movement. Just look at Gortat running the floor, getting out ahead, beating everybody down. Here you go, the old give and go. Nice pass by Ryan Anderson for a dunk.
Back on April 2nd in San Antonio. Williams right to the hole.
In the gym.
Brandon Bass. Pachulia. Unable to guard. In appreciation. On a run out, J.J. Redick.
Well, this is just ugly, Ernie. But this happens every now and then. But like I said,
Charles Barkley, said, look, Darren Williams right now the best in the game. Anthony Johnson.
Matt, you kind of let it go. Tell the players, hey, we're resilient. We're gonna fight back as Bass makes a jump shot there late in the shot clock. Ball, make the extra pass. We talked about the hockey assist. They're gonna shoot the three, and as Petrus right on time just lines up.
The Magic did here in game one of this semifinals matchup. Gortat plus the foul.
But Bobcats, there's probably a little bit of a nice little alley-oop pass again. Gortat rolling down the middle.
A 43-point margin of victory in a 2-3 seed matchup is hardly what anyone expected, especially the Hawks, who were on the tail end of Tuesday's semifinal opening beatdown. Thursday night, amnesia intact, they look to even the series with Orlando and their three-time All-NBA first-teamer, Dwight Howard. Josh Smith looking like the first-teamer with the two-handed jam there. 2 of his 18 points and 9 boards. Take a second look. He's beasting on the block. Still in the first, on the other end. How about some alley-oop action? Dwight Howard kissing the sky. Could have kissed the rim here as he throws this one down. Ridiculous hops for the big fella. He was far from done. Dwight underneath. Yes, sir. 18 points in the opening quarter. Finished with 29 points, 17 boards in the game. Al Horford, not too shabby. He goes baseline and smashes on a couple of Magic there. Nasty facial. 1-point game, and it's Jamal Crawford. Oh, he's smooth. Knocks down the triple. Hawks' first lead of the game. Horford working on Dwight in the paint. Hook shot is going to go. 24 points and 10 rebounds on the night for him. Michael Petrus getting his groove on. Take a second look. Rocks the crossover on Horford and then rocks the rim. Later in the second, Crawford kicking it to Joe Johnson. He knocks down the 3 ball. 19 points on 5 of 16 shooting. It was 57-49 at that point. Atlanta in control. Dwight Howard could not control the bleeding after being whacked in the nose on this play. He would shoot the free throw, but would lead the game momentarily. He's a tough guy, so of course, he would come on back. Back on the floor, Dwight's out there, but it's Jameer Nelson making it happen. Gorgeous move, better finish. So nice, you gotta see it twice. It goes with the foul. Vince Carter 4 points in the first half. The second half, he balled. Fade away. It goes. Orlando out by 1 after trailing big in this one. Josh Smith drives, gets the foul on Vince Carter. Take a second look, and VC is not happy. Hawks converting at the free throw line actually tied a playoff record after making their first 28 free throws in this one. Magic leading by 1. Under 10 to go, and it's Jamal Crawford. Then on the other end, it's Jameer Nelson responding. Yes, sir. Caps a 13-point third quarter. He finished with 20 in the game. VC continuing to make it happen. He throws it down. He had 24 in the game. 20 of those came in the second half. Orlando starting to pull away. 101-89, and they just won't stop. Rashard Lewis knocks down the 3 ball. The Hawks outscored 28-15 in the final quarter en route to a 14-point loss as the Magic remain unscathed in the postseason, 6-0 overall, 2-0 in the series. Game 3 on Saturday.
After a blowout loss in Game 1, the Hawks showed some fire in Game 2. But Vince Carter and Dwight Howard took over in the second half as Orlando remained undefeated in the postseason. Now the Magic hit the road to Atlanta, where the Hawks look to get back in the series. There's Dwight Howard's first touch. Shot clock down to 5. And Matt Barnes knocks down a 3. Rashard Lewis missing the 3, but Josh Smith just stood there, and Lewis gets the easy rebound and then the easy layup.
Wow.
They leave Barnes wide open, and he buries it too. He's got 5 points.
Have to be more important. That means playing every single possession. You see Josh, he challenges the first shot hard, but then look, lackadaisical, and it goes right through 4 white jerseys. And then Dwight Howard commanding double teams. And you give up something. And if you're going to concede a jump shot, probably the transformation to elite score. I think he's got the tools to do it.
Nelson right down the lane. And Jameer. Smith spinning in the lane, blocked by Barnes.
And get out and run, they could be dangerous.
Nelson, no. Barnes with the offensive rebound. He's got 7 points. Agent.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, obviously. But I think the other thing is, he understands he's the guy.
Nelson not. Vince Carter putting the move on Williams, taking it to the goal and scoring.
Boy, we saw
the conference semifinals 0-3. And he talked with us yesterday about how hungry he is. 0 for 5 from the floor. And nobody picks up Rashard Lewis. Drains a 3. And
a little bit bigger. Petulia's at the 5, Horford at the 4.
Howard able to collect and a block. Now they say goaltender. Lewis on Horford. And Rashard Lewis. Gortat gets the basket. Great execution.
See the post-ups for Rashard Lewis.
Here's Redick taking it to the basket.
Listen,
we talked about the 3-point shooters on the floor for Orlando, and prior to that Nelson 3, they were taking it to the...
His feet active and his second chance opportunities mounted.
He's got 4 boards already. Lewis an open 3. Got it! I would agree that, yeah, it would probably help. Smith. Williams, great defense by Petrus. What a block. Clear path foul.
Well, concede nothing. The Magic have been one of the better defensive teams all year. The crowd reacting. They wanted the body call. Maybe. Absolutely maybe. But a nice job to just get basketball on the shot. I wonder about the team's chemistry.
Here's Petrus for 3. Another triple. Redick spinning and falling away. No, the tip won't go. It went the second time by Ryan Anderson. He's done here at home in the regular season and in the playoffs, but not here in the first half. Vince Carter rising and hitting over Johnson.
He had 20 second-half points in Game 2. Vintage Vinsanity right here. Little fadeaway against Johnson. He's got nothing for him.
Nelson spinning past Bibby. Here's Petrus. And Petrus nails his second shot clocks. Carter with 5. Lewis, another uncontested 3, and he knocks it down.
Move to Josh Smith until he proved it.
Dwight Howard's second field goal attempt of the game. Rashard Lewis wide open. How many times do you see that in the first half? Nelson with 5 to shoot. Good D by Bibby. Nelson hit it anyway.
And Steve Nash, that's not something Nelson did early.
Great spin by Dwight Howard.
Now you got to go on Bibby because he's got 4 fouls and he's trying to check Vince.
Carter fouled by Smith.
Now, Dwight Howard, limited effectiveness in the first half, but he likes to turn over that left shoulder. He'd be just a little bit more positive with us. He gave him an ear, and it's been better since.
Howard, another pretty move to the NBA. Great execution out of a timeout. Yet it's great D on one end, and on the other end, Orlando gets a decent shot with Barnes, and he hits the baseline jet.
The shot that he gets in the finals, Stan Van Gundy, for Courtney Lee to go splits in L.A.
Just in the road, and he really couldn't pinpoint one thing, but said defense. If you play defense well, that usually trains this year. Averaged 18 points per game. Nelson with a great pass. A lot of bad teams, though. Howard with the left hand. Beautiful scoop. Another guy in his mid-20s.
Now, he was working on this exact move in warm-ups with Patrick Ewing, that to let this team relax, regardless of time and score. And he just get good shots.
Shot clock down to 6 as Redick buries a 3.
It's a game.
Again, they beat Cleveland in 6 games last year, but this is a different looking. Here's Horford through the lane, swatted out of there by Howard.
Just add a little insult to injury. Looked like a solid move, and then look at how high up he gets. Boy, his
2010 postseason to lead a series 3-0. As the Suns have the Spurs in a 0-3 hole with game 4 tomorrow, as Petrus just dominated Atlanta in these first 3 games. Knowing him, he'll find something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know what he's going to look up? Because I was curious about this. So the answer to that is no. At this point, there's no one on the Hawks that can lead them.
Petrus a wide open 3. That's the tip with the Lakers. No question. That's the one team in the West that they continually struggle against. Hey, Doris, happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Orlando beats Atlanta by 30. Sports Center coming up next. For Doris Burke and Rick Bucher, I'm Dave Pasch. We mentioned Sports Center up next on ESPN. Over on ABC, it's the Lakers and Jazz. LA looking to go up 3-0 in their series. Orlando leads the Hawks 3 games to none. I'm Dave Pasch. So long from Atlanta. Sports Center is now.
Tonight on TNT, it's the catchphrase no team wants to hear. Embarrassed by a hounding foe, the Hawks now find themselves 1 game away from elimination. To survive, Atlanta must play with a sense of urgency.
We have to be able to take a punch and come back. It's never over till it's over.
While Dwight Howard and the Magic's plan of attack is simple, don't change a thing.
Hands it quickly off to Nelson.
The presence of Dwight Howard on the defensive end as you see Jameer go in and use the glass beautifully.
Game 3 at home, 105-75. Rashard Lewis, last 2 games, he's been on fire. He can. Lewis over the last 2 averaging 21 points. Nelson, jumper, got it.
In a lot of trouble, Jameer Nelson.
You know, you just talk about the matchup sometimes. Look at Al Horford and Dwight Howard. There's Carter in the 3.
Here you go right now. They got a little pick and roll. He gets picked out on there, and another pass out. Bibby's in no man's land. They can't rotate.
Trying to feel that screen. Pick and roll, Howard. Deep post position. And right over his childhood for the Orlando Magic. Nelson thinks about it, decides to take it, and he makes it.
And play hard for 48 minutes. All right, this is our building. We've been great in this building.
With Bibby, they still got Joe Johnson on the floor, so they have more playmakers out there for the Hawks right now. Speaking of playmaking, how about
by Jameer Nelson, 4 of 4. Here's that passing you talked about. Barnes dropping a dime. Dwight Howard. They are not taking it to him at all. Carter squares up. The 3 is good. With a double comes to Carter. The cut by Barnes. The spin move and the finish to go in the first quarter.
There's 2 on the ball. 2 on the ball. That means 3 have got to guard 4. And Matt Barnes does a great job of making that weak side cut. Great find by Carter. Nice little spinning, whirling dervish by Matt.
Went to different high schools. Barnes on the inside, flips it up and through.
He's guarding everybody, just locking down the paint.
Lewis rises up and drills the three. But a 15 from deep. Now 9-17 and a turnover. Out of the run, Barnes. Evans, shot no. Barnes, Nelson lays it up and in.
For Dwight Howard, that entire drive. You got to look at the rim when you're driving if you're Joe Johnson. If he blocks your shot, he blocks your shot. Good swing over to Petrus in the box against Anderson.
J.J. Redick finds Petrus. Petrus, another three.
And Joe came out and got a jump shot that he takes quite often, that off the pin down as Petrus lines up another three. And
Eddie, Kevin.
Unbelievable. The ball movement's been great by Orlando Magic. They've been passing it. Everybody's sharing it. They've been getting open threes. They've been getting drives. They've been getting dunks. So their assists have been all kinds of different assists. And when you can hit those corner guys for those three-point shots, maybe the highest percentage three-point shot in the league is that corner three, and Orlando uses it beautifully.
Dwight Howard or Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, Carter. And he gets Joe Johnson now on Nelson. Shot clock down to 5. Finds Gortat rolling to the rim and the layup.
And another great play. He just slips it, comes in hard, and Gortat does what he's supposed to do. Go to the front of the rim, receive the ball, and finish. God, Charles Barkley picture. That still makes me laugh.
Howard climbs up, grabs it, and then the two-handed slam.
He comes off, and you see the lob here. He throws it way up there, and he goes up and gets it behind his back. Pump fakes and goes up and slams it.
Did that back in the mid-90s with Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. Nelson fading. Marvin Williams cut off by Carter. The help comes without.
And get these guys out of the way and think about moving on. Great low post feed to jump hook's going to win out.
Howard backing down. Lewis. Sharp pass now, and the three from Carter.
What's going to stay with them?
Lewis on an up fake. Now driving. Count it. And the foul. Graces the front of the rim. Nelson to Carter. Cranks up the three. Bucket.
Championship quarter right here. You got that pass. Jameer throwing it back. You got Vince Carter rising up, knocking down the jump shot, knowing you get your separation in the third quarter. Talking about a guy who's making everything, and Rashard Lewis.
Joe Johnson driving, denied by Howard. Howard altered.
Going in there, what a great block. All of a sudden, Josh Smith is looking for him, throws it over the basket.
Nelson spinning. Anderson launches the three. Got it. And
boy, you're feeling pretty good if you're the coach. Coach knows guys. You got some guys on the floor that are really going to help you. Speaking of one of those guys on the floor, Jameer Nelder
gives it to Lewis. Up fake. Entry pass. Denied. Howard gets it back. Lewis, the three. What a three. Carter gets it back. Long two. Count it. Williams dumps it into Carter. Carter backing down, goes to the left. Petrus sets up Howard down low. Howard with the dunk. 6.
You get the mismatch. You got Mo down there. Evans too small. He tried to grab him. He actually fouled him, and it didn't make any difference. And here you got Vince Carter taking Mo Evans to the rack. Left-hand layup.
Foul was on Josh Smith. Shot clock down. Jason Williams. And then played for Hubie Brown in Memphis, a team that won 50 games. Lewis. Games at home one time this season. Williams a three. Here's Petrus. That one doesn't fall, and Josh Smith looks ahead to Crawford. Crawford has it denied by Lewis. It'll be Hawk basketball. Atlanta as the 3rd seed. Orlando the 2nd seed. Under 3 minutes remaining. Lewis off the dribble. It's Carter, Hito Turkoglu out and said, you can't stand still in this league. If you do, you'll be going backward. And they are not going to. Evans, of course, Hall of Famers Cheryl Miller and Kevin McHale. 98-84. And for the first time ever, Vince Carter will move on to the conference finals. Kevin?
In the closing game, Vince played very, very well for Orlando, as did many Orlando Magic